it's Jessica here with another layout for the ThermOWeb design team. Today I'm going to do some stenciling, and I've also got a cut file here today, and I've got this cute little photo of my baby girl. So she's dressed in strawberries. So I have this cut file by Pear Tree Cut Files. It says "So Berry Sweet" and it has some little strawberries on it. So I'm going to use those, but I'm going to do some stenciling on this layout first. So I'm pulling out a heart stencil. It's just kind of some scattered hearts, and I am taping it down with some pixie tape so it doesn't move around a whole bunch. Then I'm grabbing my Deco Foil Transfer Gel Duo, which will dry clear on here. I'm just going to randomly put some of this on here under my photo or where I want it to go, and underneath that cut file, just so that I have a little pop of that cute little heart stenciling below all of those elements. So this Deco Foil Transfer Gel Duo does take a little bit to dry, so you'll need to set that aside for about 40 to 45 minutes depending on your climate. I live in Central PA. It takes about 40 minutes here to dry, give or take. Sometimes I'm impatient and I just run it through a little bit early, but I don't recommend doing that because sometimes it does blob up and kind of spread out if you don't give it enough time. And you want a nice thin application. Don't put it on super thick because then it does take a longer time to dry. So I am just going to work on my cut file while that's set aside drying. I'm going to manually back this, so I'm just using the negative pieces from my cut file that was on my mat here, and I'm just pulling those off and cutting around the outline of my letters just a little bit bigger so that I have a place to actually adhere it to my cut file outline here. So I'm just using various patterned papers here from Blvd, and I'm just going to back the rest of this word. So I will speed this up here in a second because you don't have to watch me put down all of these, but I will just mention that I love to use this Ultra Bond liquid adhesive for backing my cut files because I know that that's going to dry super clear and I'm not going to see any of that peeking out. So here is my little plush papers that I'm pulling out now. I thought it would be really cute to back my little strawberries using the furry plush papers, and I'm actually going to run the red color through my Big Shot machine using an embossing folder. And I have the green here as well. I think this one's called Emerald City or Emerald something green, and but I'll link everything down below in the description in case you want to grab anything from the shop. Just click those links. So I have the green color here I'm going to use for the stem. Again, just using my Ultra Bond liquid adhesive to adhere that down. And then I'm working for the back side of that cut file as well. And then I will just cut out a piece of this plush paper, just big enough so I know that it's going to fit around both of my strawberries. There's kind of one in behind the cut file that you can kind of barely see. But I have this little Swiss dot cut file, or not cut file, Swiss dot embossing folder that just makes these little embossed dots on anything that you run it through here. So I ran it through my Big Shot machine here to actually emboss that and make those little dots look like seeds that are popping up. I had an idea. I was gonna apply some black to those little seeds, but it didn't work out the way that I had planned, so I kind of axed that idea, and it looks cute just how it is. I thought about actually doing some just doodling on those little seeds with some black marker or black pen or something like that, but I kind of liked it the way that it was without any black, so I want to leave it alone. And I need to kind of tell myself at times to just kind of stop and leave things be, but sometimes I go a little bit overkill. So I've got my little strawberries there glued down. I am just cutting out around the strawberries to trim out that excess plush paper. And there's my cut file. I'm still not 100% sold on it, and you'll see why in a moment. So I've got my little photo here that I'm going to use. I'll back that with some smooth white cardstock and then apply some layers to the photo as well. But I'm going to go ahead and trim out the middles of my letters here. They have those little middle bits that need to go on there. So I'm just using my Olfa cutting mat. It's a foldable cutting mat, so it folds in half to store, but I like to use it just folded up like this. It does get bigger. It's like double that size when you fold it out. But when I'm working on small projects, it's nice to just use it how it is. And then I'm using my Olfa cutting tool as well with it. So I'm just cutting these middles out using that X-Acto knife. And then I like to use the negative pieces of the letters again here to know exactly where to place the middle portions of my cut file back in there. So just trimming those out and then using those templates to apply the middles. So I've got my photo here. This is where I'm going to start applying all of my layers together. I'm just using some of the easy tear tape. I prefer the 1/2 inch size, but there are several sizes in the shop that you can get if you like bigger or smaller, but I prefer that size. It seems like a good size for me for backing all my photos and different things that I use that for. So I've just distressed the edges there. I'm gonna continue to layer this up. I've got that really pretty strawberry print. You're gonna see that come back into this video in just a moment here after I get working on the actual page. And then I have like a little bit of a whoopsie moment in this video too, because I always think that I'm filming and forget to turn my camera on, or I turn it off thinking I'm turning it on and record things I don't want versus do want. So I have one of those whoopsie moments in this video, but it's not a huge deal. You just kind of miss me starting to build my page and actually foiling and showing you how I build my foil sandwich for my laminator. So my hot laminator is heating up here beside me at this moment while I'm working on these layers, and my Deco Foil Duo Gel is drying. Here's my page again. It's pretty much dry at this point, so I'm going to go ahead and grab some craft and carrier sheets and my Color Harmony foils, and I'm going to pull out a sheet of the red foil that's in here. The Color Harmony packs come with 4 different shades of foil, and I believe there's 20 sheets total in each pack, so it's a lot of bang for your buck. So you can get 4 different shades in one pack, so it's a really nice combination. So I've ran that through my hot laminating machine, sandwiched between craft and carrier sheets to cover that whole page. I didn't have my stenciling or my photo or anything on there when I ran it through. I pulled that out, thought that I showed you on camera what the foil looked like before I did anything else to it, but I didn't. I didn't have my camera on, so my apologies, but I just did some more stenciling on there with some Kitsch Flamingo Distress Oxide and a nice little sunburst pattern there, and then I layered up my photo with that little scallop sticker on the right and a couple other extra things, and then I'm just like adding little strawberries and things here and there, little flowers. I stamped my date here on there on that little tag, and I added that little pop of the patterned strawberry paper at the top left just by folding back that top portion of my paper and just stapling it with my Tim Holtz Tiny Attacher stapler. I thought about putting the hearts there, but it just seemed a little overkill, so I thought about using these smaller ones, and I'm just gonna pop those down right there with some of that Ultra Bond liquid glue. And I've got all these lovely cute strawberries, just using my tweezer to kind of plop down all of these things. I'm gonna grab some of the Gina K foam squares. These are my favorite foam squares. I love them. The backing is super easy to peel off. Sometimes I find I have a hard time peeling the backing off of certain foam squares, but these ones are super easy, and I love them. They come in 2 different sizes. I'm using the smaller ones here, and then here I'm making a glue dot sandwich, as I like to call it, to put some thread behind my little strawberry, and then I'm gonna put some more thread on the left-hand side over there, just to add some more thread and a little pop of extra color over there on that side. But I'm popping up all these cute little flowers, as you can see, so I'm just adding those little foam squares underneath those little bits. And then this page is almost finished up. I'm gonna pop the links down below for everything that I've used today, so if you want to grab anything from the shop, feel free to click on those links and do so. And if you have any questions, as usual, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you're working on. I'm always curious to hear what everybody's doing, what you do when you watch these videos. Are you scrapping along too, or do you just kind of watch them when you're having your morning coffee, or do you watch them at a certain time of day? I'm always curious to learn that about different people. So just finishing this one up. I'm adding that little thread there, just some more little bits and pieces here, and I just love this one. I think it's super sweet of my little baby girl, and here's how the finished layout looks. I hope you guys enjoyed this process video today, and please feel free to grab anything from the shop from those links and stop back for more. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye bye.